Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today's video I got a little bit of a surprise. 3, 2, 1. I got a new camera, but that's besides the point. In today's video we are going to be talking about Shohei Ohtani and how I think the Angels made a big mistake not trading him at this year's trade deadline. Now there's a couple reasons why I feel like they've made a mistake. There's really only two big reasons. The first being, they're not playing so well, and it kind of looks like they're not going to make the playoffs at this point. At the time of me recording this, they've lost 7 out of their last 8, and they haven't really been close games besides one extra inning game. I mean, they've been blown out by 12-5, 9-7, 8-3, 5-1. I mean, this team is not good, besides Shohei Ohtani. Obviously, he was a very big deal around the trade deadline. A lot of teams were looking to acquire him, and I feel like the trade package that the Angels could have gotten in return for him could have helped the future for this organization so much. You just have so many uncertainties at this point also, like if he's going to re-sign this year. You traded away a bunch of your top prospects for guys who are going to help you win now, who aren't really helping you win, and you lose the guy that's helping you win games. Your team's going to be down in the dump for the next 5 to 6 years. But just looking at his hitting stats through the past 8 games, in the month of August, he has a 345 batting average and a 958 OPS. And he's slugging 517. That's insane. And then you have everybody else on the team playing horribly. So, what's going on? Well, first off, let's look at all the people that they've acquired during this trade deadline. Well, all the major ones. First, we'll look into CJ Cron in the month of August, who was batting .222. Has not really contributed all that much. In the 8 games that he has played this August, he has contributed 3 RBI, and he has 6 hits within 27 at-bats. That's not good. Then you look at a guy like Randal Grichuk, who's playing worse than him, whose average is at a 200 right now, dead even, has had 30 at-bats in the past 8 games, and has also gotten 6 hits. You see a little bit of a pattern that we're getting on here? Lucas Giolito has made 3 starts since he's been acquired, and none of them have really been that good. The first one being against Toronto, and I guess you could consider that a quality start, but he didn't go 6 innings. He gave up 3 earned runs, 2 of them being home runs. Then the next game, he completely shit the bed, where he went for 3 2/3 and gave up 9 earned runs. That's horrible. And then in a game today, they won, but I'm not seeing any great stuff there. In the month of August, he has an 11.17 ERA. That is not good. That is not going to win you games. They should have bought high and not just kind of bought some mid-level guys that might help your team. Like, these are kind of guys that you might take a chance on, but I think they should have went out of their way to get some superstars. And this trade deadline didn't really have a lot of that, especially considering last year's trade deadline. You had guys like Juan Soto get dealt off. There was no one of really that caliber on the trade deadline this year. But I mean, there were a couple. Just for pitchers alone, you could have gotten Justin Verlander, who's pitching really, really good this year. You could have gotten Blake Snell, who is probably the best left-handed pitcher in all of baseball right now. Now, there weren't that many bats. Off the top of my head, I can't really think of any big bats that were traded that were that important, that could really turn your team around. I mean, if there are, I'll put a couple names on screen right now, and I'll call myself a dumbass. But my point being is that the future for this team does not look very good right now. And I feel like there's a lot of questions that are going to have to be answered sooner or later. One of the most important being, what's going on with Shohei Ohtani? Is he going to stay in Anaheim? If not, what does the team do from here? This team has also been very unlucky with injuries. I mean, their second best player, or best player, however you look at it, Mike Trout, has been injured for a major part of the year. Their rookie catcher, who was playing pretty good for them, has also been injured and has not played in a couple months. Now, obviously, it is a little early to be having these concerns. There's still a lot of baseball to be played. You have a half month in August, a full month in September, And that's pretty much it. You got a month and a half to really turn your season around. As of this video, they are sitting 7 games back in the wild card, and then they're not even close to the division. They're 11 games back. I just think this is a mediocre team that the Angels are trying to push to win because they want to keep Shohei Ohtani. Obviously, if you're a player like Shohei, you want to be on competitive baseball teams, and I think the Angels thought that if they didn't seem like they were trying to compete this year, that Shohei would request to be traded or leave during free agency. I don't think that this team has the caliber of depth and star talent to help Shohei Ohtani push into that wild card spot. Because, I mean, the teams that are ahead of the Angels fighting for that wild card spot currently are Seattle, the Yankees, Boston. All those guys are within 5 games of the wild card. And then you got Toronto, Houston, and Tampa Bay. All elite teams. I mean, hell, they got swept by the Mariners, a team they're competing against for a wild card spot. I mean, you can't make this up. I think the front office made a wrong decision in trying to buy. I think it would have been a smart decision to just stay and not really sell or buy. I think you could retool and build a better team for next year in the case that Shohei Ohtani does come back. But even if he doesn't, I think it's a great time to start rebuilding because this team is not going anywhere. You got guys making a ton of money like Anthony Rendon who just aren't doing anything. You have a pitching staff that's mediocre besides a few younger talent in maybe like someone like Reed Detmers. And you don't really have a bullpen besides Carlos Estevez. In the comments, let me know what you guys are feeling. Do you think the Angels are going to be making the playoffs? And if they do, how far do you think they'll go? But that's going to wrap it up for today's video. If you enjoyed the video, I would appreciate it if you left a like, a comment, and if you subscribed, I would appreciate it. But if you're interested in watching any more content, you can click this video right here, where I talk about the New York Mets' downfall of a season as a Mets fan. But I appreciate you all for watching. I hope you have a great day. And as always, peace.